Good evening, then, gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome to Dazzer Transfer Show, episode number 4 of Series 5. Welcome those who are in the live chat, to Nick Muller, to Manny Mad, and to Cian Davies. Thank you all very much for joining the stream. Please do leave a like if you haven't already done so. Let me check. I haven't got the wrong quality on, which I do. So I need to sort that out quickly. Stream should look fine in a sec. As I always have to just check the stream's working fine. And the stream is working fine. That looks okay to me. Welcome if you've joined. Please do leave a like and get your comments in the comments section down below. Thank you very much for joining. And Yash as well, thanks so much for joining as well. So, a lot to talk about today. There's been a lot of transfers. There's even one confirmed transfer which we will talk about. Let alone I'm getting sick of talking about him. You all know I'm going to talk about Daniel James because he has fishy something. We'll talk about that a bit. We're also going to talk about the main topic which is in this stream, which is Sarri to Juventus. We're also going to talk a tiny bit about Eden Hazard's move to Real Madrid. As it's not going to be a 25-minute essay where I'm just talking garbage about it. But we'll talk about a lot of stuff. And of course, we'll go on from there. We will end the transfers at 22, and that is mainly because we have to go on to the random name generator and find out who next week's guest will be. So exciting times coming up. So today's guest is a man who needs no introduction. Been on the channel quite a lot. He's a Chelsea fan from Berkshire in the southeast of England. It's David Hoyle.
Good evening, Dad. Mate, how are you?
All right, mate, thank you very much for coming on. Let me just check that I can hear you on the stream. Just give me 2 ticks. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much. That's fine. Okay, good. That's a perfect start. Okay, then. Let me just sort that out. By the way, just a couple of comments coming in. Miniman says Wesley is not worth 22 million. That is actually one of the points we'll talk about in a bit as well. Tactical Show, thanks so much for joining the stream. But Yash said we should talk about Bruno Martin. That's one thing that's up on this list. He seems exciting. Next Lampard, they say. I doubt that. But please do drop a like if you haven't already done so. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Good crowd already immediately. You need more light in this stream, Daz? Not really. I can see myself on here. Looks fine. Might just be your brightness turned up. But I'm looking at the stream in a minute, and the stream looks perfectly fine. I can certainly see myself and everything. So there's not much light in here anyway. Not that much light outside anyway, because it's been peeing down. Yeah, David, thank you very much for coming on. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks, mate. Just got, I'm not in the great mood because I've got bad on piece of season. So,
that's nice. And PFF. Anyway, that's not relevant to this. David Hoyle is on today, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't already know. Please do drop a like if you haven't already done so as well. So, I'm getting the messages. Let me just switch the notifications off. So let's get started. And we're going to talk about. I know we spoke about this last week, and I spoke this for about. This took about 25 minutes of the stream, when we eventually managed to do it with King Alston. So, Eden Hazard, you being a Chelsea fan, you know the qualities of Eden Hazard, but we're only going to talk about this briefly. Do you think he'll be the same in La Liga?
Well, to be honest, I think La Liga is a completely different league from the Premier League. I mean, you've got the likes of Barcelona, Valencia, Atletico, Madrid, Real Sociedad in there. And I think it's definitely going to be a new challenge for Hazard. I mean, he was very good at Chelsea since he made his debut in the 2012/13 season. And in my view, I think Hazard's been like one of our top quality players. And we've had like many, but I think it's definitely going to be a different challenge for him, and hopefully he'll take this new challenge really well.
I agree. It'll be different for him. And I mean, he has got the qualities of playing the league as that. I'd say that's probably the second biggest league. I'll still class the Premier League as the biggest league in the world, in my opinion. And that's not just because I'm English and all that. I could do the Bundesliga as the biggest league. Well, but it clearly isn't. Even I'll tell you that. It's not the toughest one. But Bundesliga, La Liga is quite tough. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Sociedad, even Leganes were doing okay. Girona did quite well. I think they got relegated though. So there's a lot of decent teams who some of them got relegated and I don't think deserve to. But there's still some very good players in that league. He's worked with Courtois before, so I think that's something good for him. He has a good relationship with Courtois for starters. And, I agree. I think he'll be up to the challenge. I don't think he'll be the same as he was at Chelsea, though, in my opinion. I don't think he's worth the amount of money. 88 million, that's fine. But the fact that they're going to try and put it to 150 million, I think that's just trying to rob them, really, in my opinion. I don't think at all he is worth that. I know he might be one of the best left wingers in the Premier League, but surely he's not worth that much money. But as I said, I'm not really one who's going to argue about money, financial issues. But I don't think he's worth it. And I think he'll struggle in the Liga. I do think he will. But he is a guy who can put the ball in the penalty, and he might score a goal occasionally. But I don't see him being the new Cristiano Ronaldo. People have already tried to call him that, so I don't think that'll happen. But I say it depends. I mean, I'm saying this like this before the season starts. He might have a fly of the season. You never know, really. 88 million, I'd say reasonable for him. But I think the 150 million thing is a bit much, really, money-wise. Anyways, on to the main topic of tonight's stream. This is Maurizio Sarri to Juventus. We are going to talk about the Chelsea stuff mainly. But also, we have been given the Premier League fixtures. United play Chelsea first game of the season and then travel to Wolves, whilst Chelsea travel to Leicester. There'll be a reaction video coming out probably live. I'm not sure it'll be the end of this week or going into next week. But it'll be sometime within the next week, at least. And also, I'm trying to upload the Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich.
About the Leicester one, by the way. Leicester are travelling to Stamford Bridge. We're not travelling up to Leicester.
Well, you're playing Leicester anyway. I got it mixed up, but yeah, you are playing Leicester anyway. But yeah, I mean, Maurizio Sarri to Juventus, for me, hasn't had a bad season at Chelsea, and this is from a United fan's perspective, right, with regards to Premier League. from my perspective, I don't think he's been that bad. I know there's been games where you should have won. Still can't beat United at Old Trafford, but yeah, there's games that you should have won that you didn't, and I think that was mainly down to team performance. I don't know whether that was down to Sarri, but I think this season he's not done too bad. He's won you the Europa League. He got you to the final of the Carabao Cup. Didn't really win the league, finishing top four. So I don't think it's really been a bad season for Sarri. So I think the fact that he's leaving, in my opinion, might be a bit harsh. But as I say, your opinion's probably going to be different to you, Chelsea fan. So you have more experience with mature Sarri's football.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Sarri, for me, I agree with you with saying he hasn't had a bad season. I mean, he won the Europa League, got us to a League Cup final against Man City where we lost it on 10, unluckily, and we got into the top four, so that was another objective gain. And but really, some of the games we watched as Chelsea fans over the season, definitely we were like really poor. I mean, if we look at the game against Bournemouth and Manchester City, we were like really poor in those games. We just didn't know what the heck we were doing. And
you got beat 5-0.
Whether that was down to Sarri's tactics or the substitutions or the players themselves, I really don't know. But I think that Sarri, moving on to Juventus, I think may be a good option for all of us, because as Chelsea fans, we didn't exactly like Sarri a whole lot. Just have to wait and see how he does at Juventus if he does move on.
I agree. Something I'm going to really talk about, like mainly on that topic. People don't realise that there's a lot of people, and I've been one of them before, who just blames it on the manager and not the players. Football is a team game. If you get beat, you take it as a team. You don't just have all the players go and blame the manager for it. Manager's responsible for quite a lot of things. That's without getting loads of stick. Players probably deserve more of the stick than managers after time, because they're the ones out on the pitch trying to fulfil the manager's instructions. Unless you're Chelsea away to Manchester City, getting tunked 5-0, which of course they didn't fulfil any of them. So I think it's mainly down to team performances. I don't think it's mainly down to the managerial problems. But at the same time, I wouldn't really be at all surprised if it was down to the managers. I mean, some of the games are down to the managers, but a lot of the games, especially when you get beat 5-0 and stuff, I don't think it's all down to the manager. I think it's all down to team performance as a whole team, including all the managerial stuff. The move to Juventus, yes, I do think that would be a decent idea, but I do think that would be quite harsh on Massimiliano Allegri and Red Bull. Abby Comps is in the live chat. Thank you very much for joining. Right time as well. The Juventus fan. In my opinion, the fact that Sarri's likely to go to Juventus would be very harsh on Massimiliano Allegri, in my opinion. Not sure whether Rob will agree with that or what he's got to say. Let me know in the live chat. Francesco, sorry if I pronounce this name incorrectly. Francesco Cafasso. Again, apologies if I said it wrong. Sarri or Guardiola comes to Juventus. Sarri's probably most likely than Guardiola. I don't think Guardiola's going to leave Man City when he's won the league title 2 seasons in a row and beat Liverpool to it. But I think it'd be harsh on Allegri, because I think he's done quite well, especially with Ronaldo signing and all that. He's brought in a very big player, which a lot of teams wouldn't get a chance to do that. And I think what he's done for Juventus this season has been good. You've won the league, you've won the Coppa Italia, I believe. You didn't win the Champions League, but I don't think you did have a good chance at it. You had a good one. You're in the quarterfinals. Allegri's the reason why we got knocked out against Ajax. Yeah, but I still think it's a bit harsh that he's gone off to go, though. I think what he's done for Juventus as a club, he's been great. He might not have got you the Champions League, but he has got you to the Champions League final. That was against Barca back in 2015. And
yeah, 2015.
What he's done for Juventus, I think, deserves a lot of credit. I don't think he deserves to go, but at the same time, sometimes too much is too much for managers. Sometimes was with Mourinho.
We all know about Mourinho, mate. He got what was coming to him.
Yeah, I don't think it's harsh, but I think Sarri would be a good fit for Juventus. And the only reason, the main reason I'm thinking that is he's got a lot of experience managing in Serie A, and I don't think he's ever been in charge of Ronaldo before. But with the fact that Sarri could go to Juventus, does that mean that we're going to see the end of Gonzalo Higuain and Jorginho at Chelsea? Because they're both players that he bought when he was obviously manager at Napoli, and no disrespect Chelsea, but they have turned into Napoli half the time because they were in basic terms they're turning into Napoli because of the signing you're making. You're making Gonzalo Higuain, who actually did play for Napoli. Jorginho, who plays for Napoli. Sarri, manager in Napoli. So the way it turned into Napoli. How he comes with, Dazzer, I love you, mate, but are you on drugs? He is Arsene Wenger 2.0 dinosaur tactics after game of the crap. Yes, but it's tactics that have worked because it's got you results. Unlike Jose Mourinho, who didn't get a single good result at Manchester United with his crap. So I wouldn't class him as a dinosaur, but I'll take your word for it because you're actually a Juventus fan who's saying that. But some of the games, defensive crap tactics, but to be honest, they do work sometimes because they're getting you results that you need. Liam Martin, thanks very much, John. Got us one league title in a tin pot league. No, I wouldn't class it as a tin pot league. It's actually quite a decent league, actually. You got Inter, AC. You didn't win the Coppa. I swear you won it.
No, he did win the Coppa Italia. Yeah, he did. I
swear he won it.
Italia like 2 to 3 times. Won the Coppa Italia 2 to 3 times. And he's won the Serie A pretty much every season that he's been in charge of Juventus for.
Oh, no.
Conte left in 2013/14 season.
Oh, no, he didn't actually win it this season. I didn't actually watch the final. Lazio won it.
Yeah, Lazio beat
my mistake then. I didn't watch the final. I don't really. After time, I don't watch the things. Got knocked out by Atalanta. That's why. And say Atalanta haven't been in the final for how long? When was the last time you actually won it? Yeah, you won it in 2008. 2018.
Was basically the season before in the 2017/18 season where they beat AC Milan.
I can't remember when Sarri joined. Allegri actually joined Juventus, but I'm sure it was in the season they got to the Champions League final. He has won 4 Coppa Italias.
2013/14 season because Conte left.
Well, if it wasn't I'm all over the place.
Hang on a minute, I'll check it. Let me check.
The 90s are over. It's not the 90s. You won the 2014-15 one. You won it in 2015-16, 2016-17, 2017-18. So you've won it 4 seasons on the bounce and then not won it this season. So he has won it a few times. We won by 15 points when we were crap. every game pretty much. That just shows how bad the league is. I don't think you were not bad.
He joined the club in 2014.
Yeah, so he's won it 4 times.
Yeah, 2014 was the first time he...
Talking about Serie A being a crap league. Oh, right. That's what I mean by the 90s were over. The 90s were over about 20 years ago. No, they were. When we get into 20s, it'll be 20 years since we turned into 2000. We were goddamn awful. Trust me, Dazzer, watch Juventus every week. I'll take your word for it. Anyways, let's have a look at it. So, yeah, I think he'll fit the Juventus criteria. He knows the Serie A well, and he can actually bring in some players. Probably bring some players from Napoli, no doubt. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the problem for Napoli. I mean, with Napoli, right, it happened when the first problem between Juventus and Napoli happened when Juventus brought Gonzalo Higuain to the club for 75 million in the summer of 2016, and the Napoli supporters weren't too happy about that. So I think this basically, if Sarri does go to Juventus, I think the same thing will happen again. I really do, and it's the same with Jorginho again. Because I mean, with Sarri and Jorginho both formerly being at Napoli, I mean, really, I really can't see the Napoli fans being happy about both Sarri and Jorginho going to Juventus, one of their rival teams in Serie A.
Well, it happened with Higuain, didn't it, though? He went from Napoli to Juventus.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to talk on to another thing here. Now, Matthew Jones is in the stream. Thank you, John. Please do drop a like if I'm pretty done so. Red Bull, Harvey comes. Why do I keep saying Red Bull? Harvey comes has put, we are selling Cancelo for bloody Darmian. Hey, you can have Matteo Darmian, he's all plus. Anyways, he does nothing at the United. Talking about United, the final time I'm ever going to talk about him on these streams, as this is the 4th time in 4 episodes. Daniel James is officially signed for Manchester United, £18 million deal, 5-year contract, and yeah, it's officially done. Completed the medical, and now he is officially a Manchester United left winger, which is actually good. It's quite good, actually. We do need another left winger, one that's actually a good quality like Martial. But I don't think Daniel James will get started in many games. I think it'll be more of more of those young guys who are playing the Cups and the Europa League, really. I don't think he'll get much of a look in the Premier League. But I think at least that's a positive. We've actually signed some bugger. How is everyone doing? Fine, thank you very much. We were just discussing Juventus and stuff there. So that's the last time I'm going to mention Daniel James. Thank you very much. But yeah, 22-year-old from Wales, from Swansea. Didn't do that well at Swansea, mind. He can put the ball into the penalty area. Only scored 4 goals, got 7 assists in 33 championship appearances for Swans. Anyways, next one. Bruno Fernandes, Sporting Lisbon, 24 years old, been linked with 3 clubs, Manchester United, Spurs and Liverpool. I was going to get onto this last week, didn't get a chance. And we do have about 20 minutes left till we have to end the show, 15 minutes till we have to end the transfers. Bruno Fernandes is a quality player. He showed it in the Nations League, helped Brazil win the Nations League. I know it was Gonzalo Guedes who scored. But I think he's one of those players who can shoot. He had tons of shots in the game for he's outstanding, brilliant player. And for Sporting Lisbon as well. I just think he's in the wrong league. I think he's good enough for the Premier League. The question is, who would he go to? Would he go to United, who have the Glaciers in charge of the club? Absolutely hopeless. Would they go to Spurs, who finished in the final of the Champions League and actually had a good one under a quite a decent manager, which is Pochettino? Or would he go to Liverpool, who won the Champions League and will be playing the Super Cup against Chelsea? I have a feeling he won't go to United. I just don't see it. I think because Liverpool have won the Champions League, most of the players who are linked with clubs are going to go to Liverpool and just bail Manchester United. And I think that's because of ownership. I think that's down to the owners and stuff. I think he's likely to go to Liverpool than any other team. And he's 24 years old. He's a good youngster. And I think he'd be suitable in the Premier League. Would he get the start at Liverpool? I think Abby Combs has put Van Dijk overweighted, Phil Jones underweighted, and should win Ballon d'Or.
Oh my God. Whoever thinks Phil Jones should win the Ballon d'Or must absolutely be.
He means Van Dijk.
Oh, he means Van Dijk, doesn't he? Yeah, Van Dijk, I think he definitely should win the Ballon d'Or. He's been brilliant this season, he really has been. But Phil Jones has been absolutely capping.
Yeah, Phil Jones has been an absolute donkey, just like Lukaku. Anyway, I Love Pigs has put UTB. I'm not sure whether that means up the ball, whether that means up the blades. Phil Jones is better than Maldini. No, it's Izzy. Phil Jones is better than Maldini. Phil Jones. Mate, Phil Jones, right?
Literally, you're in fantasy world. But Maldini is better than Phil Jones, like 150 to 1.
Phil Jones is League One quality.
No, he's more conference than League 1 or 2.
Better say Phil Jones is useless. Okay. Phil Jones is better than Ronaldo. Yeah, whatever. I was hating that. I think he's joking, man. Anyways, okay then. So, who do you think Bruno Fernandes would go to out of United, Liverpool,
Arsenal? Has to clean that up, didn't he, Nick Muller?
Yeah. Bob's joking. Nick Muller, Ipswich better than the Wales. Okay. Here we go.
If Ipswich were better than Reading, Nick, literally, then how come we are still in the Championship while you're in League One? Stuck on that, mate.
There you go. I had a feeling this would be a comical show. There's a reason United gave him an extension. He's sensational. They gave him an extension because the owners are that dumb that they don't know how to even run a football team. The Glaciers can get out. Anyways, that was the worst decision they'd ever made. Right. Out of the three clubs that said United, Liverpool, and Spurs, who do you think Bruno Fernandes is going to join? That's if he does. It isn't certain he's going to actually join the Premier League, but I think this is very likely to happen. If Bruno Fernandes joins the Premier League, 24 years old, you know the camp from Sporting has been fantastic, sensational. Right? Who do you think he will join out of United, Liverpool, and Spurs, and why?
Liverpool. Definitely, because Liverpool, they have really, this season, Liverpool have certainly been sensational. They gave Manchester City an absolute title race to remember. They both did. So congrats. So well done to both of them for giving us a really good title race this season. And I mean, the manager, Jurgen Klopp, I think he can get the best out of Bruno Fernandes. I really do, because I mean, as you said, that he was like really good in the Nations League finals last week. So he was like really good at that. And I really have to say, if he goes to Liverpool, I think he will definitely win trophies there. Well, but I mean, with Manchester United and Spurs, can't see him actually do well there. I mean, at Man United, I think he won't exactly get the game time he's after. Plus also he won't really. What's the word I'm looking for?
Incredible.
He won't really evolve as a player.
Oh, yes. Fair enough. I can see him going to Liverpool, mainly just because of the Champions League. And the fact that he's actually going to be able to play in the Super Cup if he does. So, a couple of comments here. Bolton starting on 20-point minus. That's wrong. It's minus 12 points that they're starting on. Harvey Com says he should join United to get the opportunity to play with Phil Jones, Ashton and Smalling. I wouldn't mind him. Be honest with you, Bruno Fernandes can't be much worse than Juan Mata. I would let Phil Jones babysit my little sister. He's an amazing man. It's nice. Rashford Javara's put, Bruno is the perfect player to get. I think he's coming because today he said that there are certain offers there that you can't snub. I wouldn't say it's certain until it actually gets confirmed. But as I say, who knows? Please do drop a like if you haven't already done so. Very much appreciated. Interesting point there. We do have just under 10 minutes left of the transfers, and then we'll be going on to who is next week's guest. Half of it is going to go into the Euro shows. We're going to talk about Wesley to Aston Villa. Can I be one of the corners next time? Yeah, I'll get you down on that. Might be 8 more added. I'm not sure why. He's going for King Jones. Yeah, I'll just add Rashford Jawara down to the wheel of names. Give me 2 ticks. Whilst I'm doing this, we're going to talk about Wesley to Aston Villa. 22 million club record signing for Aston Villa. Wesley, who was a striker for Club Brugge in the Belgium Pro League. Is this a good signing for Aston Villa, David?
Well, I mean, they've got a striker who's definitely won titles. I mean, he's won titles in Belgium with not exactly sure who he did come from.
Club Brugge.
He came from. Huh?
He's going from Club Brugge.
Club Brugge. So I mean, Club Brugge definitely a really good club. They've won like everything that they've offered. But the one thing is, 22 million for a 21-year-old striker. Huh?
Yeah.
They signed him for 7 years ago. I'm just hoping that this guy here, he isn't going to really be like one of those strikers who comes into big money and absolutely falls under pressure. I'm really hoping he isn't like that, and I really hope he can give Aston Villa that replacement that they needed since Christian Benteke left to go to Liverpool.
I have just realised, as I was doing the wheel of names, that at the minute the list is full, because we are doing 13 shows, and one of them, the 13th show, is a special guest that I've already arranged with. So this is episode 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, God, no. 2, 3. Oh, so we got 14. We've got 14. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the names on there, but it does mean that 2 of the people who are on this thing won't get on this series. It just means that I'll keep you in mind for the January series if you don't get on. That's it. It's really potluck. We're going to keep going on. So yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't think it's a bad sign for Aston Villa. It's one that they do really need to make, because they will need to make signs, otherwise they're not going to get anywhere in the Premier League. Might be 8 more added, says Nick Muller. For the Brentford game that never happened. Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay. So Bolton could be on -20 before the game starts, or before the season starts. Wesley, my local corner shop owner, not even joking. I doubt it's the football one, because he's in Belgium. Watch the Draws. Thomas Party Agent is very funny. He just can't shut up about talking about the players' release clause. By January, Whedon will be down. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I hugely doubt that, Nick. Because, I mean, with the way we've got under Jose Gomez, we did really well under him for the latter part of last season, and hopefully he'll be able to do the same for us this season. But instead of a relegation battle, hopefully he'll be able to get us involved in a promotion fight.
Yep. There you go. Really fair for him. Lukaku, very close to moving to Inter Milan. Music to my ears, because he's an absolute walking donkey who can't even kick a ball properly after time. So I'm not even that peed off about it. I'd happily have that. I'd happily let him go, but who will be bringing in replace is the question. That's going to get through stuff very, very quickly, as we only have 2 minutes. We have to do this very quickly. Nigel Atkins leaves Hull City. Where will he go next? Is the question. Nigel Atkins, for me, he's quite a good manager, and I think he did well at Hull. Actually, he didn't do too bad at all. But I think that, yeah, is he the type of person to go to a club in the Premier League, or will he remain in the Championship? I mean, what are your thoughts on Nigel Atkins as a manager, just very quickly, and then we'll get on with the thing.
Well, I think Nigel Atkins is definitely a manager who's got a lot of experience. I mean, he was a manager of Sheffield United, Southampton, Reading, and I think one other club, and Scunthorpe as well. So, got that experience you need when you're like really in a relegation fight. And I think that Atkins, I think he could definitely, if a club are looking for a new manager, I think he's definitely one of those managers they can turn to keep the team up.
Fair enough. Absolutely right. My main thing is, like, he's a good manager. He's got a lot of experience. Where will he go next is the main thing. I mean, I don't know many clubs that are actually vacant. Borough could have him instead of John from bloody Woodgate. which is actually quite likely to happen. It's quite likely that Woody's going to come to Borough. Just have a look at some of the comments here quickly, and then we will get on with it. I've seen him with his skills down the lies. Here's one Aldinho. Okay. I'll ask you, yesterday I saw some United fans tweeting to Daniel James that stay away from Pogba. Honestly, is it fair to do so? Skipping Lingard, Young, Jones, and others, but fingering Pogba. I don't really think it's fair, in my opinion. RB comes for Atkinson, ain't he the guy? Atkinson, ain't he the... Atkinson, ain't he the guy that plays Mr. Bean? It's Nigel Atkins, mate. But see where he comes from. Then none of that is the klaxon, and that means we have to end the transfers there. That doesn't mean the show's finished yet, by the way. So, it's time to find out who's on next week. There will be two. I have realised, and I will point this out now. There's currently there is currently 10 names on this list. Now the issue is we only have 8 episodes left. That means 2 people who are on this list are going to miss out on this series, but they will have to. But not going to have to, but I'll the January series. So I promise you'll probably still get on. But as before we get on, David, thank you very much for coming on, mate. Really appreciated. And now the law. Right. Big reveal. Next week's guest is, that you probably can't even see. It is Mr. Kieran Coyle, which you can't even see. It's Kieran Coyle, Red Devil Weekly. To that, who will be next week's guest? So I'm literally going to just contact him as soon as this stream's finished, so I can discuss with him. And of course, that will be it. I'll just message him now, see if he is actually available in a minute. And if he's not, then I'll see if discuss with him. But as I said, the show next week will either be Thursday, if need be. It'll probably have to be a different day. That's if we have to reschedule it. Hopefully not. But if we do, then I will, of course, let you guys know. That's that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining the stream. David, any final things you want to say?
Yes, I do have 2 things quickly. Guys, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, as Dazzer has said, the description is down below. I'm currently on 87 subscribers, so I'm 13 away from hitting the magical 100 subscribers mark. So if you could help that out, if you could help me out with that, that would be brilliant. And also, guys, I will be doing my transfer show that will be restarting later this week. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be tomorrow or Saturday, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yep. No problem there. Thank you very much. Glenn Matthews, thanks for joining the stream. We're literally just ending it. So apologies about that. But if you do want to watch the stream back, please do feel free. If you guys don't know, next week's guest is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly, which I said that. Juventus playing the pub league. I wouldn't class it as a pub league, really. Thursday fixture day. Yes, this. Please do leave a like as well. And that is going to be the end of today's show.
And also, guys, just slip my mind quickly. I will be doing a reaction video to the news of today's Premier League fixtures. So please do look out for that. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be an upload or a live stream because of the Wi-Fi here, but whatever I decide, it will definitely be uploaded either today or early tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. You heard it from him. So, then that is the end of today's show. Thank you all very much for joining. From all of you, it's good night. Auf Wiedersehen.